Welcome back to Fats Flat. John's about to hit his weigh-in for the week, and
I have on lotion and chapstick.
lotion and chapstick.
And let's see, about 40 ounces of water plus breakfast. All that counts.
It does count.
$210,
210.
which I think is what I weighed last week.
I thought it was 210 point something.
Well, it's 10.6.
Okay.
So yeah.
So about the same as last week.
Which is great. And the reason why that's great news is because this week, actually, you'll find out after the break. I'm John Greaves III, founder of GarageGymMagazine.com. I drew on nearly 20 years of home gym experience to bring you do-it-yourself videos to help you build your own equipment efficiently and for less. We also conduct interviews with industry experts like soft tissue specialists, nutrition experts, and world-class athletes and coaches to help you move better, look good, and perform at your best. We'll connect you with essential equipment resources, so if something in your gym is broken or needs replacing, you can get it done quickly, efficiently, and for the lowest possible cost. Finally, we recommend other YouTube channels based on the content that they provide to help you maximize your goals at home. As a home gym owner, you already own the best gym in town. Our job is to help you make the most of it. Okay, so I am 210.6, and that's great news because even my daughter, I don't know if you can hear her, but she's excited about, hopefully she's excited about that. Probably not. But it's great news because this past week was horrible, okay? And it was horrible in the sense that things just kept on going wrong. We had my timing was just completely off. So I couldn't work out. I didn't work out in the mornings. I was working out in the evenings. So working out in the evenings means that I didn't. Hey, one second. Nora, I want you to be quiet. Thank you. All right. That parenting moment brought to you by Garage and Life Magazine. All right. Anyway, so I couldn't work out in the mornings, and because I worked out in the evenings instead with the kids, that meant I didn't have time to walk. So I only walked once last week, and I've been doing about maybe 2.5 miles, 45 minutes on the treadmill every day. Well, except for last week. Last week I walked 2.5 miles one day. Then we went out of town for a powerlifting meet that I was going to cover, and also I was helping out somebody. But that road trip out of town happened, so like I worked Friday night, okay? Then my wife picked me up and we headed out of town Saturday morning, so I was just awake the entire time. And so, you know, when you're up for a long time, you eat, right? So I'm eating to stay awake because I'm supposed to be helping this guy out in his first powerlifting meet. I'm trying to stay, you know, conscious. And so I did not eat good foods. I think I had like a piece of pizza. I did have some rice, but the upshot of it is I was just awake. I know we had somewhere in that blur or that fog, I think we had Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't have any donuts. I had their breakfast bacon and something sandwich, and several cups, 32 ounces of sweet tea. So yeah, it was horrible. But with all that carnage, the net effect is my weight didn't go up. So that's a really good thing. And even better, I saw my brother, and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, you look like you lost weight." And in fact, he was concerned. He said, "You don't want to get too small." And I was like, "I like you. I like you. You're a good guy." All right. So anyway, that being said, things are back on track. I worked out this morning. I'll be doing my cardio this evening, and I'm going to do that all week long. And then the plan is to fast next week for, I think, 4 days. 4 days. Yeah, do a 4-day fast next week. There we go.
Very nice. And we've talked about your fasting before, but you look forward to the fast?
Yes and no. I look forward to it in the sense that it's a reset.
Right.
It helps me not only reset my nutrition, but it also um, I look forward to the fast in the sense that it's a reset for me, because not only does it help me reset in terms of handling cravings, but it also helps me. I really don't know how to say this, but it's the idea that in our culture, food is like our bartender.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like food's your friend, and so food's entertainment. You know, and by having the fast, I get away from using food as anything other than what it's supposed to be. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think I should enjoy food, but it's not something to do if you're bored. Like, hey, I'm bored. Let me eat something. And if I don't have a fast at least once a month, I find that I start falling into that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it's like, oh, you know, just absent-minded, just eating while I'm doing something else or whatever, you know. And fasting helps refocus me.
Yeah, it brings some discipline
Right.
through physical discipline and not doing that, and a reminder of, hey, I need to be careful about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
And then, I mean, it also, one other thing it does for me is it helps me usually reset with my water intake, because by the time we get to when it's time to fast again, I start to slack off on water, because that's like the hardest thing for me to remember to do. Just because it's like, it's hilarious because, or at least I think it's funny. My throat will be dry, and I'll be thirsty, and I'll be like, wonder what's wrong. I kid you not, I'm laying in bed, throat dry, I'm like, what's wrong? And I'm like going through my head like, I need to do something. I hope I'm not getting sick. I'm just thirsty,
Mm-hmm.
right? But anyway,
Well, congratulations.
like you.
Have a good day.